Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles. As many of you guessed, this is what I've been teasing for a very long time that I've been working on for the past 18 months, and this is now my favorite game of all time. For the uninitiated, this is an RPG released for the Wii a few years ago, that despite huge critical acclaim, almost wasn't released here in North America. Yeah, I don't know what it is with me and Nintendo RPGs that have trouble coming out in America, but I really do seem to gravitate towards those kinds of games. This game received such heavy acclaim because, despite being a Japanese RPG released recently, it doesn't suffer from the same problems that a lot of that genre has suffered from for a long time now. I could go on and on about specifics, but honestly, I think that's best saved for the long adventure ahead of us. And on that note, this is by far the biggest game I have ever tackled on this channel. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with being just as thorough as I usually am. I really want to show you every inch of this game, just because I want to show you what makes this game so special to me and to so many other people, because a lot of people who wanted to play this game haven't gotten the chance to just because it has a reputation for being hard to find and expensive. Only real warning, and I'm sure you're quite aware of this, is that like any RPG, the beginning is very cutscene heavy, and because I want there to be a sense of progress in each video, these are going to be kind of long starting off. And honestly, it feels almost surreal to be here right now saying this, because just with how long this has been in the making, there were times when I felt like it would never be ready to be released, but here I am recording the first episode. As even more surreal as it feels to say this, let's get started. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then two great titans came into existence. And the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Mecon's unknown! No! No!
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Young man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, That's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What? Ah!
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse home.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two. We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving.
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching.
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah. Ha. What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
Since we know we're getting betrayed, we might as well learn how to fight. Starting off battles, press L or R to target a monster. Once you've done so, you can see its name and level, a Mech on M72. As well as that, you also have the battle palette popping up at the bottom right there. Pressing A will initiate a battle. Once your weapons are drawn, you can then approach an enemy to begin auto-attacking. If you're too far, nothing will happen at all. Hence the term auto-attacking. Your regular attacks go off on a timer, giving you the ability to move around and strategize a lot more. A big part of these battles is the importance of positioning your character relative to the enemy, as well as using other tactics, so it lets you focus on that. Auto-attacks may seem really weak at first, but they're very important. As more of them connect, the circle in the center of the battle palette will fill up more and more. Once that meter is full, Dunban's Monado becomes capable of using arts. We have two of them. Monado Enchant, powers the party members, and Monado Buster, which deals major damage. And when you know it, Monado Buster just happens to be the weakness of Mechon, what we're fighting. So, let's use this, and, as you see there, that was an area of effect skill. Just about every attack is technically an area of effect, and because it's such a big attack, I was able to hit all three of them. So that took care of that. Got more Mechon right here, Mechon M63s. As you can see, our partners are only doing 1 damage against the Mechon as they have ordinary weapons rather than having the Monado. If we use Monado Enchant, however, they can all damage the Mechon. And the thing is about Monado Enchant, it only ate up half of that meter that determined if we could use arts or not. So it's very helpful to use Enchant and then follow up with the Buster so that you can take out all the enemies quickly after they soften them for you.
But we mustn't be careless.
We mustn't be careless. Alright. This got dropped off. Mechon M82. Let's do this. I would say Dunban here is the coolest, but let's be honest. That Monado, that is the coolest weapon just ever. Just that blade of light. Oh, got hit there. Typically, you want to try to find a sweet spot so that you're close enough to the enemy to still be attacking it, but you're far away enough from the others in your group that you're not both getting hit by attacks. Because like I said, almost every attack is area effect. Let's do another Monado Buster, and let's finish it off!
You've gotta be kidding.
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out.
They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit.
You heard him.
Dixon, Munka, let's do this. Ah!
Dunban! I ain't going down that easily.
Dunban, you alright?
What does it look like? I'm still good to go.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Munka! What are you doing? That way is...
Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Mumka, you dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Wait! Huh?
If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dumban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No!
Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
A Mech on M71. I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Rhine! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
In a much brighter setting, Wild Dwebble appeared. And did you see that? It attacked me while the tutorial thing was popping up, and wow, classy, the tutorial's talking about the fact that when your HP gauge is depleted, your character will be incapacitated. Yeah, I'm already a fifth of the way there, thanks. Okay, so simple stuff, shouldn't have to explain that, and just like before, you can use arts. Shulk, who we've taken control of now, has 2 arts available to him right off the bat. Backslash, which does more damage from the back, and Light Heal, which can heal anyone in the party. Select will be healed, and you can use it. Alright. Now, Shulk is a bit of a glass cannon. He does a lot of damage, but he doesn't have much in the way of HP. Ryan, on the other hand, has a lot more health, and it's really, really good if the enemy attacks him instead of you. Now, as you can see here, unlike before when Dunbound was using the Monado, you don't need to use regular attacks to build up your arts. Now, arts just simply have a cooldown in ordinary weapons, and you just can't use them in rapid succession. Let's go ahead and use some more attacks. And, just like before, your attacks, however, will build up the meter in the center. That will activate your Talon Art, a powerful attack specific to that character only. In Shulk's case, as you can see before us, he has a Talon Art called Turn Strike, which also inflicts a status called Break. On its own, Break doesn't do anything, but it opens up an opportunity to inflict another status called Topple. This will knock over the enemy and make them unable to attack, amongst other things. This is going to be your goal in most battles, but I don't really see much point in trying to pull it off here, just because, well, the enemy's already dead. Drop the treasure chest.
Good thing I'm here.
Press A to loot it when you're done.
Anyone?
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to get sidetracked, though, but If you haven't noticed, the battles in this game are very, very quotable, and Ryan there was just like, good thing I'm here. No? Anyone? I'll be pointing out ones that I like later. Alright, so there we go. We got a treasure chest, and just like games like Elder Scrolls, this treasure chest will stay here forever and ever. You don't have to worry about picking it up immediately and having it disappear. It'll stay there for good until you pick it up. So if your inventory's full and you don't want to pick it up until you've emptied it out, you can do that. So there we go. Unfortunately, though, we can't seem to leave. Why is that? There is a barrier in the way. You must defeat all monsters to advance when there's a barrier. This is not a regular thing, so don't worry about a defeat all enemies to advance thing popping up all the time. It's mainly just to stop you from running from boss fights or other important battles. But here we have a common caterpillar. Let's initiate a battle with it, and... beware of aggro during battle. Yes. Every time you deal damage to an enemy, it will generate aggro. Whichever member of your party has the most aggro generated with that enemy is who they will target. You can see at a glance if they're being targeted if they have the aggro ring around them. More arrows in the aggro ring means more enemies are targeting them. Typically, it's a good idea for Ryan to keep the aggro, not only because Shulk is fragile, like I said, but because Shulk's backslash obviously will not do additional damage unless you're behind the enemy, and how could you get behind them if they're focused on you? If you succeed in getting that bonus effect and get that extra damage, you'll see this, or however you want to pronounce that, that's just how I pronounce it, I know it's an accent thing, to show that you have done that bonus effect. So, let's go ahead and have Ryan attack first. We spent the last battle building up Shulk's talent art, and it is actually still built up now, so I'm going to open with Turn Strike to inflict break, and wouldn't you know it, Ryan is equipped with an art that inflicts topple. While an enemy is toppled, not only are they helpless, but you'll also land more critical hits and you cannot miss, so attack away.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony's gonna be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
We need to get back to the colony, and the great crazy taxi arrow in the sky will be our guide, even though it's off by 1 in the portrait. So that'll show you general direction you need to go, but it's more or less just a suggestion. There's a lot of free roaming in this game. It is completely open world in each of its environments. You can also free look using the camera, which I'm a big fan of. Not a whole lot of games do that anymore these days, unfortunately. Press X to open your menu to save, pretty simple. And not only that, but in the same menus, you can also review tutorials anytime at all. But what if you accidentally skip this tutorial that tells you can review tutorials? You would be completely screwed, right? No, of course not. After a window like this closes, you can press plus to instantly review the tutorial if you've accidentally skipped it. Really nice, really thoughtful, and I'm a really, really big fan of the design here, just because it's just very convenient and very considerate, and a lot of menus are like that, but I will say that not quite all of them are like that. We'll be getting into that later, but yes, I do have a few issues with this game. Even if it is my favorite, I'm not going to constantly tell you that it is perfect, and while I will be my usual happy, cheery self, I definitely will bring up issues when they come up. But anyway, over there we got something that's glowy, and glowy is second only to shiny. Let's grab it. This is an item orb, which contains collectibles. Where do your collectibles go? In your Collectopedia, of course. Yeah, I know, it's a dumb name, but that's why I love it. If you complete a row of items or a full page of items in your Collectopedia, you will get rewards such as equipment. It is very worth your time to walk up to any item orbs you see. You don't have to press A or anything to pick them up. You just walk into them. Dance Apple. Interesting name. Okay, the items really do have some strange names. Now, we got a little bunnet right here, and while I could start a battle with it by hitting the Initiate Battle button, I can just use an art outright if I'm within range. Now, this isn't really a good idea to do later on, but I kind of want to do it now. As you see there, I got an achievement, Backstabber. That's for attacking an enemy from behind before they got a chance to even notice you were there. So, because of that, I was able to get experience. You don't just gain experience from winning battles. You can get achievements, you can do all kinds of things. There are all kinds of different ways to earn achievements, and oh, that's cool. That was a silver chest. Silver chests tend to have rarer items than just the normal wooden chest, though, so I got really lucky there. There's one more step above chests above silver, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is, though, so I don't feel like I need to go much into that. Cool potato. Nice item there. But, anyway, enough rambling on about items and enemies. What I really want to talk about is the world of Xenoblade Chronicles. And I don't just mean the fact that we're on the bodies of two great titans. Look at this. Some might say that this looks a little bit last gen because, you know, resolution and all that, but honestly, I guess I just look at graphics more artistically than technically. I think this looks gorgeous. Just those cliffs and just how big and vast everything is, how much there is to everything. And the thing is, you might be thinking that we've been walking along a linear path and you know this is going to be just as linear as a lot of other RPGs. Oh no! Take a look at that map. Look at all the paths that are branching off already. And look ahead. If you can see it, 99% of the time, you can go to it. That is why I enjoy this game so, so much. Well, one reason of many. Anyway, let me be the first to welcome you to Colony 9.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right, see you later.
Just back to Shulk and the party, all alone, don't have Ryan anymore. Whenever you go into towns, there's usually a shop near the entrance. Anytime you see that big top icon, that is that. You can see at a glance when loot is more valuable than, well, other loot, really, so that you can sell your items there, or at any shop, really. Next up is quests. Whenever you see somebody with an exclamation mark above their head, they will ask you to find items or kill monsters for them in return for money, experience, or items. This might sound like busy work, but honestly, it really isn't. A lot of the time, you're going to find these items without really trying to, just from playing normally, or you're just going to accidentally stumble upon the monsters that you need just on the beaten path that you're going on anyway. So you really might as well just accept every quest that you see, and if you complete them, great. If not, it's not the end of the world, because the amount of experience and money that you get from this just offsets any grinding you would ever need to do. So accept any ones you see, and don't worry if you don't necessarily complete all of them. In addition to that, there's also trading. If you press Y on named NPCs, they will trade items with you. So, a lot of the time, you can get items you need for quests from trading, and I will be making note of all the instances of this. There we go. It will give you an advantage when playing, of course, because you'll have more money and items. And speaking of having an advantage, as you noticed when I walked in there, I leveled up. By going to areas you haven't gone before and discovering new places, you will gain experience. As you see there, I actually gained even more. This game rewards you for being an explorer and for finding as much stuff as you can. I really, really like that and wish more would do that, because it's just such a satisfying feeling if you like exploring areas. Anyway, we got our shop right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and sell the drops that we got from the enemies that we took out outside of Colony 9, just because I don't have much of a use for them. Yes, you can switch between tabs, of course. The red E icon will let you know if you have an item equipped or not. So now on to buying items. I don't think I really need to explain how this works, though, but I should show it off anyway, just to kind of show you changes that I'm making for those of you that are playing along and all that good stuff. I want to upgrade pretty much every piece of equipment that I can right here. You're going to see at a glance how much a stat will go up by, if it'll go up, if it'll go down, all those things. It's all color-coded, really, really nice. You might notice that some equipment has an S on it, and it says empty slot right there. That's for later. Can't do anything with that quite yet. Right here we got pants, or bottoms as they call it over in Europe. Yeah, I can't get enough of the English accents here. I can buy 9 shoes for 530 gold? You betcha! I hope I'm not going to be the loser that gets stuck with the one leftover shoe. Okay, no, not really. It's not 9 shoes. It's just Colony 9, though, but it still looks kind of funny. Let's go into Shulk, and look at how quick and seamless this is to change equipment. Just go between the tabs, click on the new item, and the cool thing is you can organize the items by most recently obtained, but you can also do it by physical defense, ether defense, weight classes, all kinds of things like that. In fact, when you're selling items, one thing I didn't show off is that you can actually organize items by sale price. Just all around very thoughtful. Same thing I was saying before. Got our first named NPC right here. How about we talk to you, Sonia? My good-for-nothing son, Brooksling, very dear to me. Oh, wow. My hometown sounds more dangerous than I thought it was. Maybe it's a good thing that I got equipped just now. It was all I had left to remember my husband by, and now it's gone. Wow, this is a very, very dark way to meet somebody, not going to lie. By talking to her on a brighter note, though, we got the affinity chart opened. This will show all the NPCs that you've talked to and relationships between them and other NPCs. In addition to that, you can also see relationship between the party. And yeah, your first friend was the achievement I got for that. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'd consider that a friendly way to meet somebody. But what I do know is, we have a Colony 9 resident here with an exclamation mark above his head. These are kind of what I like to call generic quests. Whenever a generically named NPC, something like Colony 9 resident, gives you a quest, it's just going to be like, hey, go find this item or something like that, and it's going to have a name like Collection Quest 1. I am going to be covering every single quest there is. Yes, every one of them. Whenever I accept a quest, I'll be putting this in the bottom of the screen. In this instance, it will show you all the ways you can obtain the item that he asked for. I have sifted through multiple walkthroughs, wikis, and even Japanese websites to find the easiest trade for every item there is. So you'll always see the easiest one there. The stars next to the NPC indicate how much affinity you need with that area to get them to trade that item. You get more affinity with an area by completing quests there. And this quickly, we have yet another quest giver, Verdant Blucals on the beach. I can't stand the sight of it, nesting thing with those spiky horn bits. You'll take care of it, won't you? This is a challenge quest. This has you taking on a really strong enemy near whatever area they're saying, so it works a little differently than the last one as we're not grabbing any kind of item. So the quests are piling up, and for now we're not going to complete any of these. I just want to grab them as I see them, like I said before. And for those who think this might be kind of hard to follow, like I said, generic NPC quests don't really have any bearing on what's going on, nor do they really have a story to them. So that's why I'm just kind of grabbing them as I see them. She's lost something and really needs it. It's her key in Colony 9. This is a search quest. It has you going and finding a key item that is always hidden in the same place. They're identified by red item orbs if you're curious. Here we got Genman Stall, and just beyond there, we have, you guessed it, yet another quest NPC. There's some hand buttons just outside the commercial district. It'd be very dangerous if they got inside the colony. I don't mean to make fun of everything in this town, but no offense, but Shulk is kind of a nerd, and he kind of took them down no problem. Plus, you're kind of asking that same nerd to hunt them down for you, so I don't think it's all that dangerous, just saying. But while we're accepting all these monster quests, I want to talk about the differences between these quests and named NPC quests, because there's actually quite a few differences, and we won't be seeing them for a little while, and I want to clarify a few things. They aren't going to have generic names like Monster Quest 1 Part 3 or anything like that. Instead, they're going to have actual titles, and named NPC quests have stories to them. In those instances, because there's actually a story going on, and it might even expand upon the main story, I'll make each one of those the focus of the moment so that it's not confusing to follow along. So, you know, it might get a little bit weird if there's like, 27 different quest stories all going on at the same time and I'm completing them all out of order. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And with all those quests, are we done? Of course not. We have yet another Colony 9 resident with yet another quest. I'm sorry if I seem like I'm grabbing a lot of these. I just kind of want to make sure to grab them all while they're on the way. And she wants Vang Tea for her grandmother's handicrafts. Handicrafts? No, handicrafts. Excuse me. Anyway, that aside, this is an example of a material quest. These are going to ask you to get items that are typically dropped by an enemy. There we go, at least I didn't stumble on that part. Now, back into what I was saying before. You know how I was saying that this world is absolutely huge and how I just love how you can explore so much of it? Those cliffs in the distance. You can actually go there. You can actually swim across that water and go over near that, well, peninsula, not really an island. There's a coast over there you can barely see. There are enemies there. There's things to collect there. All kinds of stuff. And this is just your opening hometown. This isn't even the entire world. In fact, look up. We got cliffs on us on all sides. Well, you can't really see we have cliffs on us all sides, but trust me, we do have cliffs on us on all sides. Trust my judgment. Have I ever steered you wrong before? Probably, but that's not really the point. So, we're almost to the weapon development lab that we need to go to. Here we are at the fortress entrance. And it delays our trip there even further by explaining something we already knew, the fact that discovering new locations will award you with experience. Nothing more than that. Let's not delay our trip any further. Let's head to the weapon development lab.
You idiots! What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered.
But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine. They win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform! Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You'd better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then! Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve!
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers!
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bust out laughing. I just couldn't hold it in any longer. I love Colonel Vanguard. Just, you better not stop until your biceps explode! I can't do the voice, though, but oh well. When have I ever been able to do voices well? Here we go, Defense Force Soldier, Lake Flaminier Anti-Air Battery 1. So this is yet another Monster Quest giver, of course, so I need to talk to him a few times to get quite all of them. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep reverting back, though, but I love Colonel Vanguard. I'm sorry, just, I know that Ryan was talking about him earlier, him being scary, though, but man, just, I don't know, just that type of character I can never get enough of. Alright, here we go. So I think those are all the monster quests that this guy has for us. Once again, we'll tackle them another time. And in here is the weapon development lab. As we head inside, we have this guy right here. Me run out of materials for my research, but too busy to go get more. Friends maybe go get for me? He has a material quest for us, like one we saw earlier. Now, this guy here is a Nopon. You might think that they are pets to the Homs or something like that, but they're actually not. They are a race that live alongside the Homs, and, you know, they speak the same language, and they live alongside them. It sounds really, really strange that these would not be pets, though, but they actually are not in any way, shape, or form. But after everything we've done and seen, we've reached the weapon development lab. Let's go inside.
All right, Shulk. How are you?
Dixon! When did you get back to Colony 9?
Just now. I see you've been busy. Looks like your Monado research has been going well. I made the right choice leaving you in charge.
Your research notes really helped.
So, you can activate it now then.
Well, anyone can activate it. The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
You think so? What are these hidden functions you mention?
It's still only conjecture, but it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see. And the evidence to support your theory?
It's the symbol that appears in the center when it's activated. What I know is, the central piece is made from multi-layered glass. The symbol appears on the top layer, and each layer is constructed differently.
So it's possible that other symbols could appear on different layers.
Which means?
The Monado might conceal even more power. Am I right?
If we could just unlock the Monado's power.
Dunban! Dunban!
Prioritize the most severely injured! Come on, get a move on!
Dunban!
Don't look like that. I haven't come yet. Shulk. It was the Monado. It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban.
Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the defense force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Okay then. I'll see you later.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. All right, I'm off.